All right, welcome to the Sae Bae cast number 222 with DJ Davidson, defensive tackle of the New York Giants. Did I get all that right this time?
Yeah, you got it right this time.
How are we doing today, man? It's good to have you on, honestly. Especially like literally just last month, I had another NFL player on, Chig. A lot of people checked that one out, and all of a sudden, there's just another NFL player that's just streaming on Twitch playing old school RuneScape. Like, what is going on here? But how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. And I did tune into that Shake podcast, and it's pretty dope. And but yeah, I'm doing solid. So
Nice. So you're in your off season right now, just kind of gaming and chilling, working out. I'm guessing.
yeah, pretty much right now. I had got injured at the end of the season last year, so pretty much I got like quite a bit of free time right now. I had surgery about 5 weeks ago, and doing rehab on my shoulder, and so I'm pretty much working out rehab out here where I'm training for the off season, and just kind of getting my body right. And then on my free time when I'm not training, I'm just playing some RuneScape and hanging out with my wife, and date nights, things like that. So
Nice, dude. Just chill life. So where are you at right
yeah,
now, like location wise, if you're free to share?
yeah, I'm just out in Arizona at
Nice,
the moment
nice.
in time. Yeah.
So is that like where you grew up? Is that like where family is and everything?
Yeah, I'm born and raised Arizona. Went to high school, like the whole thing. Went to ASU, Sun Devils. Like I'm just a Arizona head,
Nice, nice, nice.
Arizonian.
What's the weather like over there? I know it for a lot of the country it's just been freezing, but I hear like Arizona generally stays pretty warm. I don't know if it snows there ever, does it?
It snows like up north more so. But pretty much now it's like it's like the best time of the year. It's like chilly-ish, but sun is out. It's like 70 degrees, chilly, windy. You can actually go outside, but like it's pretty soon here, like probably the next, I would say, month or so, it's gonna get hot as heck, like 110 plus
Oh my
minimum in
gosh.
the summer. So it is like brutal in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
summers.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle it because I've definitely been to Arizona and it feels like the heat there is something different. It's very dry. It's just
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lot. Like I lived in Houston for a bit and that was just super humid. Lived in Alabama, again, super humid. I've been to Florida and stuff. It's just awful. But Las Vegas, where I lived for a little bit, and Arizona, where I've been just briefly, it just felt it's just like one of those not blow dryer, those hand dryers. You go in the public restroom, you get that hand
Yep,
dryer. It's like that heat. It's like holy
yep,
crap. It's a lot.
100%.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I would take this over humidity any type of day, any time of the day.
see, I
So
feel like I've actually shifted. I feel like most people agree with what you said, but for me, maybe it's just. I think the one downside of humidity, honestly, is just sweating, like the profuse sweating you get, and like your skin's glistening. But there is something so like soothing about like a warm blanket of heat that like I don't know. I actually prefer the humidity, not like too much, but just enough. I think it's nice. Too dry, it's too harsh for me, I think.
your skin starts to crack. Like my lips be cracking. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta put chapstick. You need it.
Yeah, I get absolutely fried too. I'm so pale. So like if I am in like dry heat, like it gets cracky, my skin gets fried, and then it's just like blistering. But in humidity, like I feel like whenever I got burned, my skin somehow was like chilling. It would just get red, but it was like it was good. It wouldn't start cracking and stuff. So I don't know. That was another benefit.
Wait, I think I just got the agility pet on my
No
iron.
way. No way.
Think
Did you
so.
actually?
I literally think so.
What? Dude,
Wait,
I've
hold
been
on.
wanting that bed for so long. I've been doing so many casts running courses.
Oh, it's not mine. Okay, never mind.
Oh
It's
my
somebody
gosh.
else's.
Did you get baited?
I got baited, bro. It looked
Oh
like it was
no.
following me.
Oh no.
All right, sorry
That
to
is
interrupt.
cursed.
For a
No,
second.
no, no. I mean, this is a RuneScape podcast, bro. You're bringing it right to the center of the meaty conversation that we need. Actually,
Hate that.
but before we jump into some RuneScape, because I know you are a gamer, I actually looked up your account, and yeah, you're pretty close to max. I don't know what people consider close to max. You're almost 2,200 total though. And
Yeah, I'm like 2192 or 93 at the moment of time or something like that.
yeah. You're kind of beasting, and you got a lot of PVM done.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, I want to ask you about your injury actually, because I can imagine, being in the NFL and experiencing an injury is much more devastating than just for the average person that gets injured, doing whatever household chores or whatnot. So, what exactly happened? And it was your shoulder, right?
Yeah, it was my shoulder. So but it's definitely probably yeah, how you said it's more devastating because like our body is our work. So
Mm-hmm.
like if we can't perform, we can't be available. I mean, that's kind of looked also in the aspect of he's useless in a way.
Mm.
That as a player is kind of looked at like that. But pretty much yeah, it was my shoulder. Like I was playing, we were week 11, playing against the Cowboys, and I was playing with it for a while before that. Like 5 weeks. It's like it was bugging me the whole time. I was in the training room trying to get rehab on it. Um, getting the taking like pain medicine to try to relieve it during the games, and then eventually during that Cowboys game week 11, I just pushed. I like tried to push somebody with my left arm, and I just felt like that instant like pop, where like I think that's when my labral
Oh.
actually like went, and it like like tore like a slap tear in my shoulder. But I already had like rotator stuff going on, like a stiff shoulder in a way. Um, and then I think that was just like the icing on top of the cake. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? It's just time. It was just kind of overuse more so. It wasn't like, no one landed on it like gruesome, nothing like that. It's just overuse and it just happened. But yeah, but it's going good, honestly. Like the rehab and everything, like I'm healing like super quick. So, and I've had
That's
a few
good.
injuries in my career too. So
Mm.
it's not just my shoulder. I've broken my ankle in college, tore my ACL my rookie year in the league, and then now this. So I've been injured a few times, and I kind of learned more about myself, like mentally, and I can really like rely on like God
Mm-hmm.
to like not um he takes things away from you when I don't know to teach you a lesson or whatever. Like I try to like view it in that aspect so I can really grow in my faith in that way.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, that's so have you recovered from your other injuries? Like
oh yeah,
just fully, or did we still bug you a little bit? Is it like, are you just good now?
yeah. No, my other injuries I'm fully recovered. Like
That's
I got
nice.
probably more dorsiflexion than before in my in my right ankle. Um, but no, ACL is good. Everything.
Because I feel like when you're in a game and you already have a shoulder bugging you, like that's got to affect your performance. It's not like you're gonna just go full force with it. I feel like you're gonna be like a little bit cautious every time you push with it, but it just sucks because you're
Yeah.
actually in a game and you need to go like all out. That's just that sounds devastating. Did it just originally start bugging you because of another like smaller sort of injury in a game, or was it something like working out? Or
It
is it
was
just
just
all game related generally?
all game related, like
Okay.
overuse. It started like week like 5 or 6 when I had told the trainers about it and stuff like that. Um, but pretty much just over time, it just kept getting worse and worse. And then eventually just went. But
Mm. Yeah, that's
but yeah,
you're right about, just like your whole career is all about like your performance, like your body, so you got to keep it up.
yeah.
But I'm imagining you have like the best doctors, best physical therapists, and you're getting taken
Oh
care of
yeah.
pretty nicely. Do you go in a lot to like get all that stuff like um, worked on and stuff? Like are you seeing doctors like quite often?
Yeah. So pretty much like when I was before surgery, I went and got all the pictures, imaging of my shoulder, my body,
Mm-hmm.
and they like diagnosed what was actually wrong. They went into my shoulder and then found out my labral was actually torn because it wasn't showing up on the MRI. The way like I guess my bones, like obviously everyone's shoulders designed the same way, but the way like the thickness of my bones or something was like blocking what they could see in there. So they didn't even know I had the torn labral until they got into the surgery. So they said they're actually happy that they did the surgery because they couldn't see it from the MRI, but the way I was describing and telling them, they were like, it has to be that. So they're actually glad they went in and repaired everything. But yeah, we have like the best doctors, like literally in the world, in my opinion. I've had the same doctor for all my surgeries, besides my ankle because I was in college at the time, and he does a really good job on my body and allows me to not feel like, sometimes you can have complications with surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get something fixed, it's not what you thought it was, or just like, just complications that occur, or like a surgeon just doesn't do it the right way, and then it's just chaotic or whatever. But no, we have like some of the best doctors in the world.
That's sick. So I know, like, I looked up some of your stats earlier on, just kind of looking up you as like a player, and
Yeah.
you're huge, dude. Like you got a massive build. I'm curious, like, were you just always like a big guy growing up? Because the other thing is, maybe I'll even have it linked down in the description, but you were on another podcast just like a couple weeks ago, and I was listening to that just briefly, and it sounded like you weren't even playing football at all until like freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so like when I grew up playing basketball. I was always like a small kid. So I grew up playing basketball
Mm.
all my whole life. And I played up until my sophomore year in high school, and then I just got too big, and I was like, you know what? Like I hit my growth spurt like my sophomore year, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with basketball. Um,
Like,
but pretty much I was just tiny. Like I
yeah.
always like made fun of my sister, like, oh, like you're never gonna find a boyfriend because, like you're a tree, like you're so tall. But I was
Oh
like,
my
I
gosh.
was short. But like eventually, I'm like, dang, like now I'm freaking massive. So it's like crazy. But
Yeah.
the reason way I found out about football is I originally walked into the gym thinking it was a junior high basketball tryout,
Mm.
and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk in here, do basketball, and then like the coach was like, who are you? And I was like, what do you mean I'm here for basketball? And he was like, this isn't basketball, this is football. And then he just like pulled me to the side, and then I kind of like I didn't want to be like that guy that was like, I don't want to play football. Like I didn't want to be that guy to walk out of the gym
Yeah, yeah.
after I found out what it was. So I was like, uh, I'll give it a try. And I just like that's how I found out about I like to play football. I love football. So um
You would definitely
and
like
I got
watched
forced into
football
it.
before then, right? Like you at least knew enough about it. You just hadn't played it at that point, right?
Yeah, I knew the sport and
Okay.
everything, but I just didn't know like much about it, how it
Yeah,
went
yeah.
about. Didn't go to like none of that. I didn't play pee wee, didn't do none of that. Didn't make
Mm.
any friends in football. Like I was in there solo, like who do I talk to? Like I don't know who, I'm in a random place.
Yeah, yeah. That's so interesting. And then to see now you're in the NFL, like what the heck?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you must have just proven yourself pretty early on, like in high school. Just okay, you got what it takes, and you were getting huge. Sounds like, were you just like lifting weights all the time in high school and stuff, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, or what? What was your whole journey like getting into the NFL?
I was still on that like basketball mindset. Like even in high school, like my freshman and sophomore year, I was like, I want to play basketball. I want to play basketball. But then eventually, how I said, like, I just got too big for basketball, and I was like, this isn't for me. Like I started like bullying people like on the court, like getting like stupid fouls just because I was bigger than other people. Like I remember one play specifically, I was playing against Gilbert High School, and I was literally sitting in the paint. We were running a 2-3. I was sitting in the paint at center, and the little like guard cut down the baseline, and I got a little physical with him,
Hmm.
but like I was just had my elbows out, and he was like the height of my elbows, and he ran into my elbows, and I got a foul called to me, and I was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
I would just get dumb fouls like that, and I was like, yeah, this is like soft. So then I was just like, let me get into football, and then I was playing my freshman year, and I didn't like start or play anything my freshman year like in high school. Like I was like horrible because it was my first year like
Hmm.
playing. And then my sophomore year came around, I had got in touch with this coach at the time, Demetrius Maxey, And he like really took me underneath his wings of like teaching me like how to actually play football my sophomore year. And like that's when I saw like the most growth. Like, okay, I'm naturally uh, gifted athletically enough because I played basketball with my feet and things of that nature. Reaction time, and then eventually I just got better at football over time. Like he took me under his wing, taught me like actual D line play, and how to like actually play football. And then I got into like my junior year. That's when I started doing really good again. And then I didn't get my first offer until my senior year, which was to Central Florida, U of A, ASU. Um, Texas A&M was looking at me, and but I didn't have like the grades or whatever at the time. So like a lot of schools that were coming to me, like the entire Pac-12, didn't offer me because of my grades at the time. I was being an idiot in school, and I had to get into college first, and then that was probably the hardest thing for me because I just didn't take school serious like my freshman and sophomore year. So I had to go back and take classes
Mm.
my junior year summer and my senior year summer to get like pretty much approved to get into college or accepted. And then pretty much played all my 4 years at ASU once I committed there. Once I got accepted into there, which isn't even a hard school to get accepted into. Um, and then I just did all my thing in college, balled out, played like 3.5 seasons I played in college technically because I had a redshirt year. I didn't play my first year as a rookie, as a freshman. That COVID year came, took out a whole entire year, and then I only played 3.5 seasons after that, and got drafted to the Giants back in 2022, and now I'm here. So
Damn, dude, it's crazy.
going
Just
on to my fourth year.
okay, nice.
Yep.
So have you been? I mean, it also sounded like I don't want to keep just reiterating that I heard all this on another podcast, but you have been playing
Oh yeah.
RuneScape for a long time. As you know, you started as a child. So had you been playing
Yeah.
RuneScape like for all these off seasons basically, and now you're just getting to a point in your account where you're just actually like balling out on your RuneScape account too?
Yeah. So like I started playing RuneScape when I was real young. One of like my best like childhood best friends at the time, Jamie. He like he was playing like way back in like 2006, I believe, or something like that. When I was like 8 or something like that. I think it was like 2006. And I saw him playing. I just got introduced into it, hooked into the game, and then but I've been playing ever since like then pretty much. So
I love it. And you were probably a
yeah.
total noob, just like because I started 2004.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
I was 9 years old when I started, but I was like just a complete noob. And then I stopped for a good while once they like got rid of free trade and stuff. I was moving on to other games. Are you like a gamer at heart, or are you more of a RuneScaper? I feel like there's a difference.
I'm definitely a gamer. Like I'm all around good at games. Like I play Call of Duty. I'm good at Call of Duty. I'm good at 2K. I'm good at Madden. I'm really good at RuneScape. I'm just kind of a gamer, but then like I also play RuneScape like religiously. Game I play the most is definitely RuneScape, and like the other games I play when I take breaks from RuneScape.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So uh, I mean, 'cause this is so fascinating because I could never see. I mean, before Chig, I just never would have imagined some professional sports player just playing RuneScape like and actually having made significant progress. But is this a common thing? Like, are there any people, like any other people, like in the NFL that I'm just gonna randomly come across that are also like almost maxed and just are gaming and just are keeping it on the down low? Also, so another question is, when did you come out as like a RuneScape player? Has this been a while or what?
I mean, I always kept it within like my close friends in a way or nature, and I've tried to go on Twitch like the little clickbait titles like, oh, NFL player, blah blah blah, playing like things like that or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I never really like fully like kind of put it out there in a way that I play RuneScape, because it's always like one of those like hidden like secrets. Like even when you're younger, like I'm not telling my friends I play. Like it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Just the name
So like
RuneScape, like saying that is just cringeworthy. But yeah.
yeah, but like I never really try to like promote it or anything. I just kind of kept it within my friends, and
Okay.
but I've always like had a passion to stream, like literally stream. So like I don't know, I just wanted to, I guess, promote it in a way, or um like let people know like RuneScape isn't just for the casuals. Like there are other people that do play
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So
I mean, it's cool, man. It's cool that you're like spending some of your off season, just like streaming and gaming, and just sounds like you're just having a good, solid life. It's like honestly, like it just makes me happy that we have you in the community as well, and that you're not ashamed of it, even though you're an NFL player. I just think it's
oh
great
yeah, no.
because it makes
No, as I got
it makes the rest of us feel like, oh yeah, we can share this now. Like, yeah, we play RuneScape too. Although so many of us are just adults now, we've already accepted that. We're nerdy at heart, and we love RuneScape.
yeah. Like how you said, like as we get older, it's like I don't care what people think of me no more. Like
Exactly.
I'm gonna do what I want to do in life. Like if I
Yeah.
want to play a game, I want to play the game. So
That's cool, man. So I want to talk, obviously, about RuneScape and some of your most just passionate pursuits in game. It looks like you're definitely big into raiding, big into PVM.
yeah,
Are you a
yeah.
skiller at all? Do you enjoy skilling, or are you just a pure skilling hater? This seems to be, I don't know. I'm
So
just curious. Yeah.
I got bullied. Like not bullied. I got like technically bullied into like skilling like last year on my main in a way. Because my buddy was like, my boys would always tease me like, oh, you're only blah 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 total level, because I could never get into the worlds to go like PKing with them. And
Mm,
they were like, oh, you need to get your skills up. So I was like, bro, all right, I'm gonna go skill. So like I've gotten into skilling more, but it's not like my forte or like my go-to. I'm definitely more of a raids guy, PvP guy, type of guy. So, but I also recently made like an Iron Man, so like I'm currently like having to do all that grinding again, like
oh
skilling
no.
again.
Oh no.
So
How are you
it's
enjoying
actually
that? Did
fun.
you get pressured into that too? Or was that your
Um,
own free will to send it?
Kind of my free will. I've always wanted to make one. I don't know why I never did in the first place, because like once I got to a certain point as playing a main, I was like, I have like everything in the game, all like max gear, best of slot. Um, like why am I just continuously playing this? But obviously, like I want like kits. I want to complete the account still as a
Mm-hmm.
main. Like I want to get max on the main. I want to get all my kits. I want to get all my dust, things of that nature. Because I've green logged almost Cox and Tob. All I need is dust in both places. So I've gotten like every other item
Oh
besides the
damn.
capes
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for green log. I did get the capes as well, but items wise, I've pretty much got them all. Um, and I like the Iron Man grind. I thought it wasn't gonna be for me, but as like I play it more, I'm learning more about the game actually, rather than just sit there and swing weapon
Yeah.
and just hit a boss. I'm like kind of learning like the little like niches, how to make my potions, how to like get around the actual map without having a GE teleport tabs, and just things
Yep.
like that that I actually enjoy. Um, to be honest,
Yeah, there's something
but
really special about like a first time Iron Man experience. And these days, like they've made so many nice quality of life improvements. Just the running. You can run for much longer than you used to be able to, and that's obviously you can't unlimited run when you're an early Iron Man,
y-
but it's still helpful.
yeah, like I thought. I mean, I'm glad I made it when I did, because like I mean, all the how you said the quality of life stuff is way better now than it was 20 years, like 10 years ago or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
so,
Now
so
it used to be so bad, dude. Like when Iron Man first came out, late 2014. I wasn't even playing then, but that was like those were like truly the dark ages. I mean, there wasn't even Zulrah at that point, and so like for Iron Man, like you had to go mine your own pure essence, like if you wanted to runecraft. Like it was a brutal existence. And these days, I mean, we have Varlamore too, so like you now
yeah,
have I mean, you just go to Barrows, get a couple tank pieces, and then you go to Moons and get some really powerful armor. And like, there's just so many AFK spots to train if you're just chilling. And I don't
Yeah.
know, like everything's very generous too these days. Like PVM is pretty generous with supplies, and it just feels like everything kind of is interwoven in Iron Man now. It feels good.
No, 100%. Like I've been setting mega scales on my iron. So like I have my main account doing the raid. Like have like 5 accounts open at once.
Mm.
So I'm doing the raid on my main. I have my iron on the side fishing. I have my other account eating my fish. And then I have the other account to drop pots to me and my boys that do the mega scales.
Mm.
So like I'm kind of like I guess getting a bunch of supplies from the chest, and maybe I get Spoon to Purple or something with like 20k points on the iron.
Yeah, that would be
But the like
insane.
supplies, how you said from the raids, are like off the chain. Like when
Yeah,
I
like
get like mahogany planks, I'm like, oh yes.
yeah, those are, it's almost better than a purple. It's like you almost want the white light because it's gonna just help your progress your account. But dude, that would be sick to get a
Literally,
purple.
literally.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
the one problem, I actually want to get your take on this. This is going to be something I feel like only Iron Men really care about. I feel like everybody should care about it in a way, but your experience with all the raids, and it feels like
yeah,
Toa and Tob have reasonable drop rates. Like it feels like you see purples often. With Chambers, those purples, I swear, are way too rare. And I have been advocating for years that those purples need to be like upped. Like, I'm sorry, we just the purple rate needs to be higher. Like, we need to be able to get more purples per hour. What are your
no,
thoughts on
I
that? Do you like how rare this stuff is?
see. For me, I love Tob. I love Toa. I don't love Toa actually. I love Tob and I love Cox. I hate Toa, but the drop rates at Toa, like the 8 mans, like 400s or whatever, are like off the chain, like or 500s or whatever it is the threshold for it.
Hmm.
Like you obviously the rates are crazy. You get purples like almost every raid. But Cox though, how you were saying the drop rates. I mean, I do mega scale, so like I see purples like every raid. I don't really like do small man raids anymore. Like I just can't do those ones because I know how to do the mega scales. So like every raid I'm getting at least minimum as a raid total like 400k points. So like I'm seeing like 4 out of 5 raids of purple in somebody's name that I bring along with me. But before that, when I was doing like obviously just 4 mans, no scaled, the bro, it is purely awful, and that's what got me into the mega scales. It's
Yeah.
purely awful.
No, I mean, you're definitely right. Like the mega scaling and stuff, like any way to sort of like just, increase the amount of purples you're getting per hour, like it makes sense. I just see the average player, just sending, default raids, just they're going as a 3 man or, go solo if you're good enough. And
Yeah,
it just feels off. And my concern, and this is what I've shared so much, is just we're gonna get raids 4, we're gonna get raids 5, we're gonna get raid 6, and like, are we still until the
yeah,
end of time gonna have raids 1 just have these like obnoxious purple rates that are just like
yeah,
out? They just feel out of line. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely a lot of variety to Cox where you can like you said, mega scale it and just do so many different like versions of it in a way with like teammates or solo or scaled solos or whatnot. But still, I feel like those purples need to just be more common.
no, they definitely do. Because even before I was doing how you were saying, like I would do like 100 raids or 80 raids, and I don't see a purple in like a 3 man scale. Because not everyone has access to do a mega scale or the gear to even get through some of the rooms or the actual ohm head without dying or whatever. So it's like they definitely need to up it.
Mm.
So at least a little bit,
Yeah, and
something.
they could also help with CMs. This was something. I mean, this makes perfect sense. I'll cross it by you as well. But like how Tob drops the chance of the Avernic and actually increases the chance of like Sang, Rapier, and Scythe on the hard modes. They should do the same kind of thing
Yeah,
with CMs where like the prayer scrolls drop. So those aren't as, I mean, they'd still be common, of course, but they wouldn't be as common
yeah.
as a normal. And then you could buff just ever so slightly the mega rares.
No, that would actually be a dope like take. I think that's a dope take to like. I guess if they were to do that, because literally like every time you see damn near every light is a scroll.
Yeah.
So it's
I know.
like, come
Dude,
on,
there was some
what are
guy
we
on
doing?
Reddit, I swear, he had like 24 scrolls and one other item in his log. It was
Jeez.
just something like absolutely cursed. I'm like, what is going on? Maybe it wasn't quite 24. It's something stupid though.
It's insane. Cause what, you have like a 50% chance for the scroll and then a 50% chance for the all the other items or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. It's, if not that, it's really close to that. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. But I don't know. I guess Chambers, in a way, I mean, I could definitely understand people's, kind of fear of changing things too much. I mean, there's already been so many really positive changes to Chambers over the years, like a lot
Yeah.
of nice quality of life. But still, I feel like people are just worried about like altering things too much, and people also worry about the economy. I'm so Iron Man like brain rotted that I just see the economy as like supply and demand will balance out. Like it's fine. What, like, I don't feel like there needs to be set determined prices of items. I feel like that's just like it doesn't matter ultimately. Like if a price is a price, it is what it is. I feel like there's this real
Yeah.
like deep seated fear for a lot of people that like if an item that they've seen set at, let's just say 500 mil, all of a sudden drops to 200 mil, like the game is destroyed in a way. But I'm like, there's just so many. I don't know. Like I just don't feel like the price. Like if a price drops, then that just means less people will do it, which means it'll bounce back up potentially, and then more people will grind the content. I just
Yeah.
I don't know. But I guess the devs see a lot more than we as players see, and they are concerned about those kinds of things. And I'm also, again, an Iron Man, so I don't care about that stuff. I just care about the actual like usefulness of items.
Yeah.
So,
I would say if like as a main though, like I would say there is that perspective, oh, this item it costs this, I lost this much, or I gained this much, or like I guess it does take a toll on some people,
for
but
sure,
like
for sure.
as far as like I feel as if you have the item, you have the weapon or the armor or whatever it is, like you have the use for it. So it's kind of like that's why I like Iron Man too. That's why I made an Iron Man because like I made a main and like I pretty much I have every item in the game, and I like don't have anything really else to grind for item wise, and I just kind of got bored of it. So like now I made an iron to experience that. Like, there's no value in an item price wise. It's just I'm gonna go grind for it, get it, and I have the item.
Yep. It's
So
really
kind of like how
freeing.
you said.
Yeah. It's like a freeing way to play. It just feels good, and you don't feel this obligation to grind the most GP per hour at something. You just get the item and you're good, move on.
Yeah.
So, do you have any like long-term goals on the iron? And also, I want to ask, like, did you ever potentially get into clogging on your main, or was that just not interesting?
Um, I'm not really big into like collection logging. If anything, I would want to do like pets. Um, I'd probably do like that. But like as far as like green logging, a whole bunch of little stuff, I probably wouldn't want to do it on my main. I would more so want to do that on my iron
Mm,
now that I have one. Just because like I guess it just would feel more rewarding to me personally. Because my main I was just always I just raid like I just do straight raids and raids only hard modes, chambers, a little bit of Toa, um, and then now it's kind of the Iron Man life now for me.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's that's what I'm really what I'm focused on at the moment.
What's your Iron Man's name? Can I look it up?
It's a C. It's pretty much my gamer tag. It's C space H space X space P space S. Just
Okay.
pretty much chops.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah,
Nice. 943
it's
total.
not
Yeah, just
too
like
bad.
just the default Iron Man start. I love seeing it. You already got
Yeah,
65 mining too. You've been AFKing that or what?
yeah. So I did motherload mine. Pretty much the for like the past 4 to 5 days, and I got my prospector outfit. I did Rogue's Den, and I'm also like following like a guide in a way too, in a little bit, and then I kind of varied off to get those little things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
What
so I'm doing a
guide?
whole bunch of AFK. I literally looked up Iron Man guide. It's like some
Okay,
wiki
so it's
like
just a wiki
general
guide.
guide.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the way to do it, honestly. Like if you just want to make some like quick progress kind of like generally those guides are like just it's just quest. Like do the optimal quests, like get all that
Yeah.
stuff in order and start building a foundation of the account, which is so important on an Iron Man. Like it just is. And questing is
100%.
so huge because of all the XP rewards you get. And these days, well, I guess for like the later quests, you just get massive XP drops. Like Legends quest, when you complete that, you get like 120k free XP on any skill, and then like Sins of the Father's like 90k, just like ridiculous. It's
Yeah, I'm gonna
pretty
need
nuts.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The one problem is though, I want to ask you because I mean, to be fair, for a lot of Iron Men, they wait a bit until they start farming. Do you like farming?
I haven't even touched farming. I'm still level 1.
What about your main? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I see the level 1 farming. That's why I'm curious if you like it or you're just waiting. Because if you
Um,
despise farming, that can be concerning. But
I don't despise farming.
yeah,
I honestly never minded on my main either.
mm,
I did it to get to like the levels, so I didn't like kill the buchus, like the plants on my main.
mm,
Um, but yeah, I don't despise. It's something you got to do
yeah,
to get it, because the XP drops are just crazy, anyways. So it's doesn't take too long
yeah. It's
to
easy.
really get if you're consistent with it.
Yeah. Now for it's interesting because like I've never minded farming really until I started playing my like late game Iron Man for just so many years, and then obviously I was already beyond 99 multiple times, and
Yeah,
I just like completely was just like I hate this. Like this just feels awful, and I still was missing Tangle Root kind of. But when you start an early Iron Man and you realize how valuable like those seeds are and herbs are and
oh
everything, like
my.
it actually motivates you to grind it. The worst part though with Iron Man is if you want to be like efficient, you really got to do tithe farm like off the bat. Like as soon as you're like 34 farming, it's just like go to tithe farm immediately and try to grind out like auto weed and the herb sack if you need it and whatnot, and just get those like early levels out of the way but it's just so painful because tithe farm's not like super interesting obviously. But it just
Yeah.
feels like you need to start an Iron Man that way, which is like ugh. But
No, that's definitely on my goal. I like my like to do list on my iron.
mm-hmm.
Like that's probably coming up here. I think in my guide it's like coming up pretty soon, or like one of the like after I get past like the prerequisites, so like what to grind for after I get my borrows gloves is to do that alone.
Yeah, yeah. have you
So
have you touched any hunter rumors ever?
say it again.
Have you done any hunter rumors on your main account? Do you know what those are?
Hunter.
Hunter
I have
rumor.
no idea what those. I don't know what those are.
It's so funny because literally yesterday I did them for the first time. Like actually, I knew what they were, but I was just like, I have no idea what like to do with these. That basically it was like an update that came out with Varlamore Part 2.
Okay,
It's just you just do like hunter tasks. So like they'll be like go catch 100 red chins. And you just gotta go catch them, and then the task can
got you.
end early. But then you get like a little loot sack. You get your loot and you get your XP and whatnot, and then you just get the next task, which is some other random thing like salamanders or whatnot. But I'm curious. I was just curious if you knew about them because on Iron Man, like it is so good. It's so good to get involved with like early, and it's so much prayer. You get all these bone shards from it that you can use for prayer later. Again, you're still in that early stage where like Iron Man is probably just like, what is going on? There's so much. It's all overwhelming. But yeah.
So much. But, I mean, I'm writing those ideas down as you said it. I
Yeah.
literally
They're
type
probably
that on my little sidebar.
if you're looking at any like updated guide, you'll probably see that somewhere down the list of like you're gonna get involved in hunter rumors. It was pretty daunting for me because I held off on it for so long because it just seems so overly complicated, but it really isn't that bad. It just takes like a few hours to just kind of get your bearings.
Got you. I mean, I'm even excited. I mean, outside of the hunter one, I'm excited to go to like mixology once I can on my
Yeah,
iron.
yeah.
I'm pretty excited for that. I've been watching like YouTube videos on it. Um, Seems like pretty good XP and way less like use of supplies.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The only downside is like you do need potions at the point where you get to mixology, which is like 60 plus or whatever. It sucks. And like, I haven't even started mixology on this account yet. My account's like 1,600 total, and it's got a nice foundation going, but there's a lot of things I've still not started yet with this iron. But
Yeah.
it's like mixology. There's so many needs for your herbs. For example, irrits and quarms are like your super attacks and super strengths, which you want to use for like
Hmm.
all your combat. But then you have to like use them at mixology because you feel obligated to do it there to milk all the XP from them, and then you don't get the potions. So it's like this give and take where you need to do mixology as early as possible, and you just have to like forget about all the benefits of like the potions that you're missing out on, and then just once you get the necklace and once you get the goggles, then you can just kind of like move on. At least that's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no. That's pretty much kind of what I've seen in videos, but I'm not there yet fully 100%, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing, future planning.
What is your favorite skill though? Do you have a favorite, like just basic non-combat skill?
Strength. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Not
I said
non-combat.
non-strength.
He just loves slashing stuff. You're just still thinking about slashing monsters, aren't you?
I like strength again. Nah, all jokes aside, I used to like dungeoneering.
Oh dang. Okay. I mean, what about old school? I mean, well, we could definitely touch on RS3. I'm completely unfamiliar with a lot of RS3, but that is not a uncommon take. So many people that played back then love dungeoneering, and it would actually probably vote yes to it if it was pulled in game to come in.
Yeah, I remember I mean, pretty much CG is like pretty much that alone
Mm.
in a way. But my favorite skill, like current skill in old school RuneScape, is hmm. I mean, I would say for me, I like fishing, to be honest. Like barb fishing, because you kind of get like a little bit of everything.
Hmm.
It's kind of ass of a skill to do, but it's like it's so okay. You get a bunch of benefits. I hate mining though. Um, but as far as like skill wise, I would say fishing for me,
Nice.
100%. I'm not really big into Slayer because I kind of like skip the whole Slayer part. Um, like Slayer, I just never got into it because I got into raids really early. Like when I first started, so pretty much the whole story over again is in a way is like I came back to old school RuneScape back in 2018 when like that the mobile dropped on the phone.
Mm.
And I started playing again then after I took like probably like a 6 year break in between from when I stopped playing when I was younger to then. And like I'd like skip Slayer completely when I met these dudes on Corp. Like on stream, I was like, "Yo, like, can I hop in? Can I hop in on killing Corp with you?" And I like walked in there with like D-hide and the worst of worst gear coming to kill him, and then I completely skipped Slayer, um, and just got into main PVMings. So that's not one of my skills.
I mean,
What's one of your favorite skills?
well, I was just gonna say, well, it's tough. Um, like honestly, I wanna say there's just a part. This is the problem because if I say agility, that's not the case. Like
Ooh,
I don't like running rooftops. I can manage them. I usually just do them on these podcasts. So I actually have really high agility on this account, 92, but it's
oh shoot.
it's literally all from just like talking with somebody for 2 hours, and then all of a sudden that amount of XP has been gained, and I didn't even think about it. So that's been very helpful. But the reason I said agility is because there's Sepulcher, and that was just a
Mm,
phenomenal update. That's like really engaging. It's really difficult at first. You got to learn the patterns and you got to learn the precise movements, but it's so rewarding. The loot's really good. There's clue scrolls. There's just a lot of fun, and the agility XP is really fast, and it feels like you're just breezing through it. So I love
gotcha.
that. And then I actually do like farming. That was something I didn't think I'd ever say. And then I'll be honest, dude, literally just yesterday when I learned hunter rumors, I like hunter now, which was always my least favorite skill. And the only reason it was bearable for me for so long was because of birdhouses.
No,
But
birdhouses are
I
trash.
genuinely like enjoy hunter now. Like I'm looking forward to training it when the podcast finishes. I'll get on the little hunter rumor grind again. I've kind of been addicted to it now the past day.
What you doing on Hunter? Like, what's your like? What do you look? What's your like go to on it?
It's just hunter rumors. I mean, it's like I was doing
Oh,
birdhouse.
oh, what you
So
were saying? Yeah,
yeah, so I mean, you'll learn more about it once you get to it. It makes sense. You just haven't experienced it yet, but
got you.
it's just Varlamore Part 2. There's a little hunter guild now. You go there, you get tasks, you go do them. They're so quick, and you get loot, and you get nice teleports places. You get a new outfit. You have a pet chance, and then on top of that, you're also going to do tasks like chin champas, where you can get the chin pet potentially. I don't know if you're big into pet
Hmm.
hunting at all, but like,
No,
yeah,
that's
there's like the chin pet, and then there's the Irby pet. You can get like while doing tasks. So, but a lot of my hunter all has like basically been through birdhouses, which is just like a staple of Iron Man. You'll start getting used to that.
yeah. Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Right. You mentioned pets. I'm currently like 3,900 3,900 KC, like Scurious, like super AFK boss. But I'm trying to get the pet from there. Can't get it.
Yeah, that's a kind of a chill pet to go dry on. I feel like because it's just so AFK when you're maxed.
Yeah,
You just
I'm just sitting there swinging.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever done the super AFK method? Apparently, you can just like sit there in blood barrage and just full AFK 25 minutes without like doing anything.
Yeah, I've seen that one, that method. I just never done it because it just takes too long, I guess, to get kills. I get like per hour.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just sit there with the scythe and the blood fairy and just go ham.
Yeah. What's your bank worth? Can I ask? Is that? I always wonder, like, how you can't ask people like, about their money situation in real life, but in RuneScape, it's always felt right. It's always like, what's your bank worth?
Yeah.
Are you balling out in the cash department? I mean, I actually went on your Twitch channel just this morning because I was just browsing some clips, and it looks like you got a Kodai yesterday, and you just with the most chill reaction of all time. You're like, oh, nice, just 110
Yeah.
mil, just casually, like, nice.
Well,
But
that was my fourth Kodai.
oh
So I'm
god,
like, I'm like, damn.
do you
So
have a
I've gotten
Tebow yet?
four
Oh yeah, you
Kodai.
you have everything else though, right? But
Yeah. Yep.
okay,
I got four Kodais, three Elder Malls. So I'm like, I should have like a lot more Tebows, I feel like, but RNG is RNG.
mm-hmm.
But no, I have my bank is pretty wealthy. I'm like at 140 bill.
What?
Yeah.
140 bill,
Yeah, it's pretty
not
loaded.
not not 14 bill. You're saying 140 bill.
Yeah, 140. Yeah.
What? Where? Like, what? How did you get that much? Well, I'm
Um,
actually blown away by that. I feel like you're still like, are you confused or like you actually have 140 bill? Like, do you have just like multiple third age sets just chilling in there? What's going on?
yeah, like when I said like I have like every item in the game, like I like literally have every item, like every
Holy
piece
shit,
of item
dude!
on my main at least. On my
Yeah,
main.
well, of course,
But
your iron with one farming already has all this. Yeah,
but I
damn,
did
brother.
this sand casino and some other things. The DMing
Some
little scene
other
for a little
things.
bit.
140 Bilbo, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild. So do you merch at all? Are you like in the I feel like the one really big merching opportunity for really rich people, people with 100 bill plus is like getting on that third age hype and like trying to flip that kind of stuff because I feel like the prices are so volatile.
Bro, every time I try to flip something, I end up losing money. So I don't even try to flip. I literally just,
You
I
just
just,
hoard
just,
and
I just
raid. Yeah.
hold it in raid. So, but I mean, that's another reason why I made it Iron Man 2. It's like I have like unlimited everything to like,
It's true. You could just mega scale. Like you could just send. I mean, you could be. I don't know if you watch Tasty Life. Have you seen his unethical Iron Man that he made? He.
I have not seen that. No.
Okay. Well, I don't know to what extent he's going to be carrying on that account because they actually like nerfed. The basic mega scales. I don't know
Yeah, they did.
exactly
Yeah.
how you can do it now. I think there's still some avenues you can go down potentially. I don't know much about it, but he's he's loaded on his main, so he's just like spending just hundreds of mils, just getting people to like come out to lava dragons with him to defend him and stuff. He got like 10 other pures out there like at Lava Dragon Isle, like ready to defend him if somebody attacks. Which is funny.
Shoot, that low key, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, no, you could do it.
That
If you
point.
just got so much money, bro, you could have such a good time on your Iron Man, honestly.
Yeah, but like at the same time though, I feel like it's not obviously how you named it unethical. I feel like it's not really worth it because like I still want to enjoy the true, genuine experience of an iron, like
For sure.
going out there, taking your risk, like getting PK for whatever you got or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just feel like I still want to enjoy that or not get PK'd, escape, somehow. I still really want to enjoy that stuff. But like even like the mega scores that I was saying I do, like I do it myself. Like I don't even pay people to like host them or whatever. Like I have all my alt accounts like that I do like on my own screen that I'm doing all at once. So
Dang, and you really could just take a break with how much money you have, but I guess you really are just gonna
yeah.
keep getting richer. Rich get richer, man. No,
But
that's
yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's cool, especially like your first Iron Man. There's no need to just try to get carried for everything. You may as well just have a fun experience on it and do the default.
Yeah. I actually started out as a hardcore Iron
I was
Man.
gonna ask that actually. I wasn't sure if you had started because did you just die to something stupid? What happened?
So like I've been on the main for the past 8 years
Yeah.
since I came back since like 2018 or whatever, 8 years, 7 years, whatever it is. I haven't done Winter Todd in like forever.
No, don't tell me it was
So
Winter Todd. Oh no.
so like back then, right? Winter Todd, you would like look at your HP bar. You
Oh
would like,
yeah.
you would see your HP bar going down. I'm over there on Winter Todd, like just sitting there on stream, just like doing Winter Todd. I thought it was like the old ways. Like, okay,
Oh
yeah, like
no.
my HP bar's at 10. I look over like in the clip I have, it's like I look over like I'm gonna look up like the best ways, like the fastest XP per for like Winter Todd. Like if is it better to fletch the logs and go burn them or just go burn the logs. And then I look back and I'm like I just hear like the sound dying on the hardcore Iron Man. And I like looked over and like wait what? I just died to like a 10 splat. Like I went from 2% to 0 and died from a 10. I was like no way.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. And you didn't even know because of that game update. Like there's just a whole nother meter going on.
No clue, cause like, I mean, I'm new to the Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't do like those little tedious things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it for the past forever, so it's like, I was kind of sad about it, but it was kind of funny though at the same time, cause I was like telling my boys like, yeah, I'm not gonna die, like I'm gonna get super far on hardcore.
Yeah. I
And they're like,
mean,
yeah,
listen, on this account, I didn't even start as a hardcore because I literally knew I would die to something stupid. And day one, I died to the waterfall quest. I died to a shadow spider on my way to like
oh no,
Glariel's little tomb or whatever.
oh no,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when you start as an Iron Man, you don't take any precautions whatsoever. So it's like I wasn't even bringing food or anything. I was just sending it. But
yeah.
um,
But like even the raw GP on Iron Man is like the value of raw GP is like I'm gonna say at like 30K and I'm like, bro, I feel like I need more GP to like do anything, but like I like have to think about like where I'm gonna spend my GP, like
yeah.
my actual. And I'm like, I took a port serum, for instance. I teleport to Ardor in the early game, and then I go to Port Serum. I'm like, damn, this is 2,000 coins to get here. Yeah, I'm running from Remington all the way over there
Yeah,
all the way over there to get to wherever.
it's such an interesting way to play in that early game because every bit of GP means so much.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
You
crazy.
know what you should do? I don't know if you're I mean, it sounds like, it's not like you're scared of the wilderness, you PK and stuff, but on an Iron Man, it's a different
Yeah.
story. But the wilderness agility here, this is risky. Like wilderness agility on early Iron Man can be so profitable because you can just go at 50 agility and you could just start making bank. Basically, once you pass, I don't know if you have any experience with it, but once you've passed level or 60 laps around the course, which is pretty quick.
Yeah.
You start making basically like 25K on average raw
Mm,
GP a lap, which is
wow.
just wild. But the problem is, in order to even start making money there, you need to run into deep wildy with 150K cash and put it into the thing to get it rolling. So you're risking 150K raw cash just like going there. So again, going to that unethical tasty life thing, you could just get some people to cover you, but you get that first 150K and just spend like a few hours running that, get a bunch of agility XP, and on top of that, just walk out with a bucket load of cash, like mills, if you wanted to.
No, I could definitely look into that, but like, I don't know, man. The most cash I've had on the iron is like 250K, and I spent it like all on like runes and stuff.
No, it's so risky. Like you would need to go out there with friends that are gonna protect you. Um,
And
it's
all my
yeah.
GP came from Wintertod.
Yeah. That was the same with me. I mean, that's how I went out there. Is like I had like 500K from Wintertod, and I was like, okay, I have like 3 attempts at this to not die, and I died once, but I was able to cash out a good couple mil. It's nice.
And you sent it.
Yeah,
You're a
it was good.
madman.
But it's terrifying when you're that low of level because like it looks like you don't even have protection prayers and you're in 50 wildy. So somebody level like 80 could just come just bolt you down one hit basically. It's
Yeah.
rough, but it's still feasible if you're up at night. I don't know if you have a good sleep schedule, but just
Oh,
stay up 2 a.m. and just run some agility, deep wildy.
it's cooked right now. It's so
Is
cooked.
it? Yeah, it can't
Like
be cooked
probably
though. I mean,
everyone's.
you gotta be on your training. You gotta like get that nutrition. And actually, I wanted to actually ask about that. Like, how intense is the training off season? I mean, imagine you have to keep in good shape. You're obvious. I mean, your position is more just like be big, be strong, lift weights. I imagine. How much like cardio do you do? Is it more like just high intensity sprints and stuff, or like what does your training look like, and how does your like diet and sleep play into that?
I mean, I always get like 8 hours of sleep, so like that's like bare minimum for me.
Mm.
But I mean, it's intense training. Like for me, I work out every day. I do like alternate from lower body to upper body. Then on my Wednesday is like technically my rest day. So, but on my rest day, I do like kind of active recovery. So I do like stretching or I do like kind of low intensity workouts that get my body to move. To like really recover from like Monday and Tuesday. Then I work out Thursday, Friday, lower body, upper body again. And each day is like different. Like one day, my upper body days, I do cardio, like as far as like hit workouts or like on a bike, or I do like sprints when I start sprinting again because I can't like swing my arm back. So I
Mm.
just kind of hit the bike now
Yeah, yeah.
for right now, and I just pretty much do hit workouts, and then which is like intervals, um, and then then lower body days I just do like kind of like explosive kind of conditioning or explosive kind of work when it comes to like the conditioning aspect. Um, but it's honestly not too complicated because I mean to me at least because I've been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah.
Um, but as far as like maybe for the average person, they may not train like an athlete because why train like an athlete if you're not an athlete?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like it's probably is beneficial people did because then like their daily lives, they probably people would be less hurt or whatever, be more functionable, things like that. Um, but
So I'm actually curious on this because I mean there is just a huge difference between staying in shape like an average person. Like I consider myself active. I work out most days, but it's really just body weight stuff, and go for a bike ride or whatnot. It's more just like functional stuff, and I'm by no means getting even close to training like an athlete. And I've seen some YouTube videos of like how athletes really train, and it's just like holy crap, like this is a lot. And it sounds like you're pretty used to it. Do you ever feel like you get complacent? I mean, the fact that you've already made it into the NFL. I mean, do you feel like you just kind of go through the motions at this point with workouts, or is there still that like drive to be like, I want to be better and better and better and better?
No, there's definitely that drive of I want to be better and better because like at every like day that you take off or every um you know session you miss on recovery or any you don't get as much sleep at night or you don't eat the right foods, um like that really plays like a big role in how you perform like later down the road. Kind of you as a person, like are you committed really committed to yourself
Mm,
more so I can look at it as. um but that's like I don't know, that's just something you just have to do. Like you have to have that itch to want to do it, or else like you're not gonna do it.
yeah.
Pretty much,
Has there
which it
been
goes with anything.
For
Go ahead.
sure. Yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna ask, like, do you have any? Have you ever experienced fear entering like a game, like seeing somebody that's just like, I don't know, like somebody you're up against in a way, and just like there's like this element of like, I don't know, fear at all in games, or does that just get wiped when you're on the field and it's just all like, let's do this? How are you feeling
um
like in games? Is it just it differ between like how much pressure is riding on the game or whatnot, or like how are you generally feeling?
no, it's definitely not fear. It's more of probably just anxiety of like not wanting to like mess up or like be that guy that screws up a play or
Yeah, yeah.
um, cost the team. Like I think that's more of the anxiety that occurs. So like I feel like if you have some nerves, like it shows like you care in a way, like you truly like are out there to like handle your business. If
Mm-hmm.
you have nerves, but having no nerves is still like you could have the same thing. Like you don't want to mess up or whatever, having no nerves. But for me personally, like that's how I know like I'm ready. Like be having like that like anxious like okay like we're about to like get into like a mindset where you have to like really lock in. And like nowhere near am I a perfect player at all. I'd be messing up all the time. But like at least I can tell myself like I put my best foot forward.
Yeah.
I had the right mindset. I had the right work ethic. I had the right preparation. I put the work in. I put the study time in. Like all those things, like that's what allows me to like get over that nervousness or that anxiety and just go play.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good way to look at it. Have you what's like what would you say is the biggest difference between college ball and then moving on to NFL?
um,
Do you think people like is it just more intense? Like is it just like you now know you're playing against the best of the best in a way, or like for some reason in my head I almost feel like college would have more of like this sort of intensity where people are really trying to prove themselves, and in NFL it just, I don't know, maybe this is just completely naive for me, but I don't know. Well, let me just ask you. I mean, how is the feel between college and NFL as a player?
no, you definitely hit it on like the nail on the head. Like it's not even the fact that it's more intense. Then the more intensity part is like in college, like you're go against like who like maybe the center is good for me. For instance, I'm a D line, so maybe the center is really good, but then the guard is like not as good, or like he's not the next level good or whatever that
Mm,
people say. Um, or like the scouting report says or whatever that when it comes in you need to do your scouting reports on players, but you still have to respect everyone because everyone's human. At any given time you can really like get got because it's a sport, everyone's human.
hmm
But as far as like that aspect, the most difficult part is like in every position in the NFL, it's like you have the best of the world and you have the best center, you have the best guard, you have the best tackle. Like even like the way like the public sees like the worst person in the NFL, like that's still one of the top people in the entire world that can do
Yep.
that job.
Yep.
So it's like crazy. That's what makes it so intense. Is
What?
that everybody is good. You're not just going against like anyone or everyone. You're going against like a select amount of people that really perform in what they do. So, and everyone's different. Everyone's good at a certain thing. Like someone's maybe good at pass rush, someone's maybe better at run stopping, but they're not good at pass rush, or they're not good at run stopping. It's like everyone has their niche. Some people are good with the IQ. Some people show leadership. So like all those different traits like make somebody a good player in some way. So
What position do you least envy? I feel like the kickers. I feel like that's the most stressful potential position to kick those field goals when the game's on the line. Like, are there any positions that you particularly just don't envy at all?
uh no. I mean, kick. You just got one shot to make the kick,
It's
man.
so stressful, dude. If there's a game on a line and you have to kick a 40-yard field goal or something, like that sounds. But I bet those kickers live for it. I bet they love it. But it's just
Oh yeah,
so intense. Like, and they kick all day. I mean, it's just like they got it. They're the best. So hopefully they get it. But man, just the disappointment of missing it has just got to be grueling later. Like that would
yeah,
eat me alive. At least with, I feel like a position like tackle, it's like, yeah, you can make a mistake, but it's not seen as like game break. I mean, I guess you could be in a ending position toward the end of the game where it's like you make a huge blunder, but like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the quarterback kind of gets the rep of like carrying the team, and the kicker can just be hated by all the fans if he misses a field goal or whatnot. And I don't know. I feel like
no,
that's a lot
yeah,
of pressure.
no, 100%, 100%.
What?
But I mean, like
Yeah.
how you said, like even like how you said, like other positions like O line, D line, corners, safeties, linebackers, receivers, like you always will like have like I guess another chance in a way. So it's kind of good
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
way, or the
Um,
benefit of playing in those.
what's been like your best moment on the field? This is something I asked Chig as well. He was able to score a touchdown. He said one of his first touchdowns he got was just like surreal, just that feeling of like being
Mm,
cheered on the stadium. Have you had any like really awesome moments where you just are like on fire, like euphoria, like oh yeah, that was awesome?
yeah, like I would say when I played the Steelers this past season, I had like 8 tackles that game. Like I was just like in a zone where like who is this guy? Like if I could do this every game, like I would be unstoppable type of deal. Like that was probably like my best game where I just was playing ball, like just being a bully ball, like knocking people back, being around the ball. Cause I always play hard. Like my staple is like I'm gonna play hard. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna hustle. Like I'm gonna give you my all. Like
Hmm.
that's what you're gonna get from me, bare minimum. No matter what the outcome of the play is, like you're gonna get my effort. So like that game, like kind of played all together with like effort, grit. The Steelers obviously are super good, like aggressive, heavy run team. So it's like the fact that I performed well in that game, it's like okay, like wow, I can. It's like surreal. Like oh, okay, I proved to myself that I can play at the highest level. And now how consistently can I do that?
Yeah.
And that's like my surreal moment. And then my other surreal moment was when I played the Seahawks this year. I walked away with a two-piece sacks, 2 sacks in one game, and that was like like season high, obviously in the NFL for me. And like I was just like, dang, like I could really do this. Like if I just continue to do that, like whatever position I was in to get that sack, just recreate that positioning on that player that I'm going against to other players, and like I can come up with so much more sacks as long as I continue to do that.
Yep.
So like I just go back to those moments, like whenever I did succeed and whenever I didn't succeed, like find that in between balance to succeed more than I didn't succeed pretty much. But those are like my 2 games, 2 moments where I'm just like super proud of. Like I put it all together and it like worked out to. to like what I would dreamed of doing, like getting one SAG, getting a TFL, like even just making it to the NFL is like a dream that like so many people have as athletes.
Oh yeah.
Like just standing on the field, like looking around, seeing the lights, seeing the cameras, like every game, like that could literally be your last game because you like I don't want to talk about death, but like you could die on the field, like a wrong hit,
Mm,
like your family, like you like well could lose you, like you could lose your life, like on the field. So like even like those little moments like that, like when you just look up and you just like see like where you're at, like you're in your like warrior gear feel, like you're in your shoulder pads, your helmet, like laced up with your shoes, like you're feeling just right, feeling loose, like those moments, man, are just like what get like your like blood flowing for real.
oh yeah. That's so sick. And it's so cool to have had those like highlights where you've proved to yourself that you can compete at the highest level. Cause I
Yeah.
imagine there's gonna be the down games where things just aren't going right, no matter how hard you're pushing, and it can just be defeating, I imagine. I think that's with any
Oh yeah.
sport, any competitive. I mean, I kind of got into chess a couple years ago. I was watching, people play chess, and it's not even a combat, or it's not even a contact sport, and it's just, but it's so mentally defeating when things aren't going right, and it's just like that can play such a horrible like mental number on you. You know what I mean? Do you ever like
Yeah.
come across from a game and you're just like I wonder sometimes, you got like the best doctors, you got the best like physical therapists. Is there any uh like meditation going on where do they practice any of that in like these high level sports where like you need to get mindful and just like relax at the end of the game? Like, is there any practice of that like that's going on, or is it just kind of like more of a personal thing that some players do, some players don't?
The teams like offer like all those things. Like they have like like what are they called? The people that you talk to. What?
Like a therapist or
Yeah, therapists. There you
yeah.
go. Oh, so like they have like options for like therapists
Hmm.
for like individuals if you go to them. But like majority of that stuff is like really like self routine. Like you gotta really get your routine in to like
Mm,
get your mind ready and also to like turn off your mind from you just got done playing in the game. So like you gotta like kind of do some reverse psychology in a way. Um, but sometimes like for me, I just be chilling. Like I
that's
get hyped
good.
up and then like I just mellow out at the end once the game's over with. Um, but no, they offer all that like anything you can think of that you or even like you thought was like dumb or whatever. Like you think like oh they wouldn't have that. Like they literally probably have that.
That's cool. I also wanted to ask, just like, because football is so team oriented. Like you gotta have good team chemistry to get anything going. Have you ever experienced, players with huge egos where it's just like there's just that there's horrible team chemistry, or is there like a real proactive sense of like in the locker room you guys are banding as brothers and it's like let's go do this? Like, I mean, have you ever experienced any like bad team chemistry going on?
No, I'm the kind of guy where like I get along with everyone. So like I don't really ever see those kind of things. I always see like I never seen drama like people obviously you're on a team so there's gonna be some conflict. You're
Hmm.
human so there's always
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
something. But like obviously like if you can like really put that to the side for the greater good of like the team or yourself or whatever and like there's really I haven't really seen it like a bunch of any teams I've been a part of. Like majority of the teams I've been a part of, like everyone like gets along. Everyone wants to work together to be better as a unit. So like I never really see things of that nature like ever
that's
from
good.
like from like basketball when I was younger to college to the NFL. Like I've never been a part of a team like that or seen an individual on my team that's been like that. So
Yeah, yeah,
which helps out
yeah,
because then
for
like
sure.
everyone's kind of working towards one goal. So it's it makes it a much easier to understand like how important the task at hand is. So,
How long do you are you projecting to like play in the NFL? Is there like a contract you're on and then it could extend, or like how does that all work? I'm actually pretty ignorant on that.
um, so like right now I'm going to my fourth year, so like I signed a 4 year deal, and like every year, like you got to like remake the team when the new year comes up. So
Hmm.
like during like training camp, when that comes up, you have to like remake the team, even though you signed like a 4 year deal. Because like the NFL, like the contracts aren't like fully guaranteed unless like it's in writing in your contract,
Mm.
unlike other sports. Um, so like for me personally, I've just want to kind of play it till the wheels fall off, or where I can walk away from it because I've had a lot of injuries already on my body. So like I want to like as long as I'm able to like function still, like if I was to obviously get a season-ending injury, like I would, or a career-ending injury, like obviously I couldn't play anymore because I couldn't use that part of my body
Hmm.
or whatever. But I would just say to the wheels fall off. Honestly, I think the passion will always be there for me, just because I never grew up with any brothers. I grew up with like literally all sisters, all
Mm.
females in my family. So like having like my brothers are like that I work with, like I truly like view them as like real brothers. Like those are people that I could go to with, certain issues. Not everyone, obviously, like you can't tell everyone everything, but you get that small group of like two people where you can like really bond with, like, and that's the aspect I really like. So like maybe once that passion falls off, like that brotherhood passion, which I don't think it ever would, because like that's the most thing that people miss. Like even when I look back at like high school, my football team, like I miss all the brotherhood I had going on in there. Like, and I only talked to maybe a few people from my high school team, and I only talked to a few people from my college team. So it's like that's like probably if that was to ever fall off, that's when I know my time is to leave because I'm not having fun. I'm not like bonding with my boys because I never grew up with any brothers. So it's like that's my biggest thing is like it's somewhere where I can just like grow one as a man because I grew up with all females. I can get insights from like other men, things of that nature, and decipher for myself of what I need to do as a man. Um, so yeah, that's kind of when I would stop playing.
And do you have any like future goals like surrounding football still beyond playing? Like, what are
Um,
your? I know Chig was kind of potentially wanting to become like a GM and stuff.
yeah. So I majored in criminology and criminal justice.
Mm.
So I want to be in the FBI. I want to join like the FBI, DEA, something along those lines. I do not want to be a police officer where I just like pull people over and
Yeah,
give them tickets. I don't want to be that person. Not saying that's all they do because they help the society,
yeah.
but I don't want to be like a patrol person.
Mm.
But like I would work for the like the police department if they are solving and like gruesome things that like help people, like help the actual community. That's the things I want to do.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a guy that like I just like I like to serve people. Like I like to like whatever I can do to help out. Like that's what I try to do. Like I don't like to just sit there and do nothing. Like I feel like that's just my calling as a person, is to like help as much as I can. And I feel like that's where I can make the most impact in like society, and especially like people that are like youth as well. Like for instance, like high school kids. Like I would do like a youth program with like high schoolers that are like struggling with like grades or just struggling in general, like family home lives, like things like that is what like drives me to like do better and like set myself up for the future where I'm able to have like an audience of like these young men that would actually want to listen to me rather than like like it seems like an old man telling me what to do. Like I've been where you are, so like I want to share what I know to you, and you can choose for yourself if you want to listen to it, how you take the information. But like I feel like that's my real calling, is to like help the society, help young men like really grow later in my life. Um, So that's really what I want to do.
That's cool, man. Like I respect it. I'm also curious. It's you got married a few years back. I saw on your Twitter. I don't know exactly what year. What year did you get married?
I got married in 2018.
Okay. And it's funny because I was just talking with I don't know if you know who Randalicious is. I chuckled over, you saying not having a job where you have to pull people over. And I was just talking to Randalicious about him because he's a cop and and he's also married. And so I don't get to talk much with people on this podcast of married individuals. There's been a few, obviously, but how because Randalicious, his wife, hates the fact that he plays RuneScape. Does your wife have any problem with you gaming, or is it just like all like? And is she a gamer as well, or does she have different interests?
Nah, she does not game at all. She's played video games. Like her father and like brothers. Like she grew up with like three brothers, so like they all were playing video games. So she kind of generally gravitated kind of towards what other siblings would do the way I see it as, or she's told me before, like here and there. But she does not play at all. But my wife, she doesn't really mind. But I still have to be mindful of like how much hours I put into it or
Yeah, yeah,
things like that as a husband. Even as like boyfriends out there too, like you gotta be mindful about those things. And um but no, she doesn't really care because like I kind of explained to her like I've been playing video games since I was young. Like I've been playing RuneScape since I was 8. Like this is this is like something I do to like kind of like I've been doing since I was little to like kind of like get away from the real world and kind of just like my relaxation, like my relaxing zone.
yeah.
And like I just kind of just it's just what I do as like a hobby in my free time or just for fun. And so she sees that point of view, so she doesn't mind at all in any way. Um,
That's good.
but I just have to make sure like I'm because I can go for hours now. Like I'm still
Yeah,
like when I'm young.
yeah. When you don't have the guardrails like myself, where you just I'm still single, and the careers are surrounded by RuneScape. I just have unlimited time, but then it gets to the point where it's like I actually almost wish I had a reason to somebody to be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be playing as much, and maybe I'd actually want to play the game more because I actually have restrictions, like I can't play that much. Because I think that's honestly when RuneScape gets the most addicting, is when you actually can't play because you realize you have other responsibilities. And then
Yeah, no.
yeah, but that's
I
good.
definitely think I definitely think about RuneScape at times, like when I'm like just chilling around the crib doing nothing,
Hmm.
or like say like when the game ends and I'm like on the plane, like I'm playing RuneScape mobile, like doing something AFK,
Legend.
like I'm just doing something always like in my free time, like with RuneScape. If I'm
Yeah.
not with my wife,
Hmm.
or like I'm not doing anything with family, like I'm always on RuneScape, or like obviously other games when I do take a break from RuneScape. But like as far as like yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
no,
just one of
that's
those games.
there's something especially motivating. I don't know if this is how everyone else feels, but like I used to play a lot of pickup basketball in college, just
Mm,
with people, and as soon as you've done some intense physical activity, for some reason my brain would just be like, you know what sounds really fun right now? Buying a pizza and going to play RuneScape. Like that's gonna be fun. Like it was always about like getting home and just relaxing and playing RuneScape. As soon as you've exerted like just all this physical energy, um, obviously I can feel pretty similar in a lot of cases, but there's something really particular about just having exerted your body, and then I don't know, RuneScape is just calling you because it's just relaxing, and it's like what you said. It's like a way to decompress.
no, 100%,
So
100%.
that's dope though, man. It's you're I'm just so happy. Like, I've obviously only talked to you and Chig, have been on the NFL, and you guys are both just down to earth. And I mean, the fact that you guys would even just come on a RuneScape podcast and you guys are getting, involved in the community and everything, it's just awesome to see. And I just appreciate you both. Actually, I wanted to ask about your Twitch schedule. Like, is this just an off season thing? And what days do you normally stream? Is there certain times?
I pretty much stream every day, because like my wife goes to work and stuff as well,
Mm,
occasionally. So like I pretty much stream like in my free time, like whenever I'm not doing nothing, like I just stream. and then whenever I'm like, I don't really play the game anymore if I'm not streaming, just because like I don't know, I want to like see people, let people see me what I do, I guess,
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Kind of interested in that. Um, but yeah, I kind of stream every day, every night in a way. So
Cool. Well, I'll have your Twitch link down there. Have your Twitter. Do you do any YouTube whatsoever, or is it all streaming based?
all pretty much streaming, and that's pretty much it. I'm not big into YouTube or anything of that nature. As far as like editing and uploads, I feel like streaming is just super easy. Throw it
Yeah,
on
yeah,
and
yeah.
let it do its thing.
And chill with the boys. Yeah. I'm curious. This is just throwing it out there. Have you heard of Tob Tuesday? I don't know if you saw Chig's appearance on there.
Yeah, I've heard of Top Tuesday. I've had like a few people in my chat say like, "Are you gonna be on Top Tuesday?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh no, maybe."
Well, it might happen. I don't know, but I mean, you're already you sounds like you're really good at Tob anyway. So you're not going to be in Chig's position where he's learning on the spot how to do Tob. But if you ever do go on there, I think it'd be a great episode. So
No, yeah, that'd be dope. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like super sweaty at the game. Like even in Top, like I
yeah.
got like quite a bit of KCs, like almost 1,000 combined between like hard modes and normals, and like they're almost like 400 like hard modes, like roughly like maybe 40 or so away from 400. And
Okay.
then like I'm pretty sweaty.
Well,
I'm not like a casual RuneScaper. I'm like sweaty, sweaty.
oh, I believe it, dude. I've seen it. I've just lurked a little bit in your stream, and I obviously have seen your boss kill counts. I mean, it's impressive. So best of luck in obviously like your off season, getting all rested and recovered, and getting ready for your fourth season coming on. So and also best of luck on your RS adventures, especially with your new Iron Man. I'm excited to
No,
see it.
yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. And again, I appreciate you just having me on here. I think it's pretty dope. Like I grew up as a kid playing this game and like being able to like I guess, you know, kind of a public figure in a way ish, kind of. And like I don't know. I guess it's weird in a way because like how people say like, oh, I never expect a football player to play RuneScape, but like no, like I'm a normal person just like everyone else that plays. Like I'm not like above anyone or below anyone. I'm I'm a fellow Gillinor or fellow RuneScaper.
Yeah.
No.
I know that's what I think. It's just so cool. Like you come off as so authentic, and I think a lot of people will appreciate this conversation, getting to know you better, and just you're just down to earth. And so, if you guys want to check him out, again, his link's down in the description. Also, if you guys want to support the cast, Patreon link is down in the description with some exclusive episodes as well as the YouTube membership link. That's it for me. So, DJ, once again, I can't thank you enough for your time coming on and just chatting with me. I always love these conversations. So chill. And I look forward to catching you in your stream sometime. So thanks all for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
No, yes. Appreciate it.